Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in and welcome back to another quick tip. Today I'm going to show you an alternative, something that you can do instead of the 2-5-1 to take you back to the 1. Alright, so we're in the key of C major as always. So normally you'd play a 2, 5, and a 1, to get you back to the top of the song. But that gets kind of old over time. So I thought about, what are some different things that you can do? And that's what I want to cover today. Things that sound like this. And also things that sound like this. And why not things that sound like this? And so there's a formula to what I'm doing, and that's what I want to share with you now. Alright, so make sure that you like, click, and subscribe to the channel to get more quick tips like the ones I'm about to show you. Alright, so again, instead of playing that 2, 5, 1, right? That 2 was a D minor 7th, so you had D, F, and A, which is D minor. And then I'm playing that F or the 4 major over it to make it a minor 7th. So the D minor 7th there. The 5 is typically some sort of a major chord. Some sort of a dominant chord, right? You could do something like this. And then you can get to the 1, right? As that major 7th, or you can do a major 9th, whatever you choose. Alright, so now on to the quick tip. Instead of doing that 2, 5, 1, I'm going to approach the 1 by using the sharp 5 and then the flatted 7th and then going to the 1. Alright, so what's the sharp 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The sharp 5 is going to be a G sharp or an A flat. The flatted 7th is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Flat that is A sharp or B flat. So I'm literally going to that sharp 5 up a whole step to that flatted 7th and then I'm at the 1. Okay, so that's what my bass line is doing if you don't have a bass player and you're playing it yourself. And there's ways to do this rootless. But anyways, here we go. So you're going to do, on that sharp 5, what type of chord quality am I going to play? You can play a major chord quality. So you can start off with just a major chord. And the same thing for your flatted 7th. And then on to your 1. And it sounds nice, right? That sounds nice, but we can jazz it up by playing some extensions. So instead of just playing that sharp 5 as a straight major triad, why not make it a major 7th or a major 9th? Okay, so if I want to make it a major 7th, I'm really going to play that A flat or G sharp and that D sharp or E flat in my left hand. My right hand, I'm thinking C minor. And I have a whole series on how to play your chord extensions and things like that for each tone of the diatonic scale. So check that out. But anyways, so I'm playing the C minor in my right hand, right? And then I can play the same chord quality in my left, which is going to be like this. A B flat or an A sharp major in my left hand. Right hand's going to play the third of that chord, so 1, 2, 3, as a minor chord. So D minor, right? And then that takes me to my 1. Alright, which I'm also playing that as a major 7th. So in this case, I'm playing all major 7ths. And it sounds pretty. Uh-oh, I made an error there. Alright, but that's one way you can do it. So the sharp 5, the flat 7th to the 1. Now another thing that you can do using the same progression sharp 5, flat 7, and the 1. Instead of playing that flat 7 as a major chord quality, why not make it dominant? Okay. And before I get there, just like I said, you could play this as a major 7th, this as a major 7th, and this is a major 7th. You can also go for the major 9th sound. Right? Okay, so it sounds really good with major 7ths or 9ths or some combination of the two. Now let's get to the second one that I was going to show you, where you can make that flatted 7th a dominant chord. So let's just do it as a regular dominant. it sounds good, right? What if we add some extensions to that dominant? Alright, so what did I do there for that dominant? I'm playing the 1, the 3, and the flat at 7th, right? So that's kind of like the shell of my dominant chord, right? My right hand, what I'm thinking is find the 5 of the root. So the 5 of B flat is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is F, and play a minor. So F, A flat or G sharp, and C. And what that is that's giving me the 1, the 3, the flat at 7th, right? The 5. There's that flat at 7th, and there's my 9, right? So this is your A sharp 9 or your B flat 9 chord. And I'm thinking about this as the shell in the left hand, and the right hand find the 5 and make it minor. So I'm really thinking F minor. All right, again together. Again together. There it is. One more time. Alright, now another thing that I did was instead of playing that 5 as a minor, I played the 6 as a minor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is G. G minor is G, B flat, or A sharp, and D. And that time I did both of them on that. I did the, and it sounds sweet, right? So again, you got the regular. You can do it with just triads, or you can start to add 7ths and 9ths. Or you can even make it dominant. And it sounds good. Alright, so that's a few options. Let's go over just even a few more. Alright, so this time we're going to do the 4 to the 5 to the 1. Okay, another way to approach that 1, instead of that 2, 5, 1, you can do a 4, 5, 1. Okay, typically the 4 is going to be major. The 5 is either going to be suspended or dominant or major, and then that takes you to the 1. That's typically what's going to happen. But in this case, I decided to flip it and make the 4 a minor chord, a minor 9 or a minor 7 to be exact, so a minor 7th, right? And then the 5, instead of playing that as a major, suspended, or dominant, I'm going to make it minor. I'm going to make it a minor 11th chord. Right? Oh, I'm not playing this right. I'm going to make that 5 a minor 11th chord. Here it is. Alright, so all together. The 4 minor 7th, right? The 5 minor 11th. And then to the 1. Alright, now remember the shortcut to finding your minor 11th chord is look at it as 2 different triads that you're stacking on top of each other. The left hand's going to be the root as a minor, so if I'm playing a G minor 11th, play the G minor, then go down a whole step from that root, which is F, right, and play a major chord. And it sounds good, alright, so here you are. And you can even mix this up with your other concepts, right? And then go, whoo. So what did I do there? That 4 minor 7th, right? That flat 7th as a dominant chord. And it sounds amazing. Alright, so that's some different ways that you can approach the 1. Now, how can you use this? Literally anytime you want to get to the 1. So if you've concluded a verse or a phrase and you want to get back to the top of the song, you can use it like, that's why my heart is filled with praise. Now, normally I would do something like, I love you. But instead, let's look at this. That's why my heart heart is filled with praise. I love you, I love you, I love you, Lord, today, because you cared for me in such a special way. That's why I praise you, I lift you up, and I magnify your name. That's why my heart is filled with praise. Right? So it's just a cool thing that you can do to get back to that one. I mean, technically speaking, you could do, that's why my heart is filled with praise. You could even do it there, but you want to make sure you work that out with the vocalist, because melody is king and you don't want to clash with that. All right. So again, you want to make sure you learn these transitions, this progression in all 12 keys. The only reason why I'm doing the quick tip series in the key of C major is so that it's easy for you to transpose it to other keys. So that was it in C major, right? That sharp 5, flat 7th to the 1. If I took it up higher, I'd be in D flat or C sharp, right? You want to make sure you can do this in all 12 keys. It's just powerful. All right, I hope this is a blessing to you. Make sure that you like, click, and subscribe to the channel to be notified of more awesome content just like this. All right, take care. I'll see you in the next video. God bless you.